Hey guys, welcome back to the Lazy Bushman channel. As you can see, this is not a video on RC, but this is on another interest of mine, which is shooting rifles. This time I just thought I'd just show off something that might be a little bit different to some of you. It's my BRNO ZKK600. To be a little bit more specific, it's technically a CZ ZKK600. These rifles were originally manufactured in Brno in Czechoslovakia, and then they moved in the late 90s, mid 90s, their manufacturing to CZ, and this is one of those. This is one of the early editions of that out of that factory. It's in 270 Winchester. They came out, so this would date this rifle somewhere around 97, 98. I have another one as well, which is in 22 rimfire. Both attack drivers. They're really great rifles. The CZ or the ZKK series came out in 3 models: the 600, which is the one that you're looking at now, as well as the 601 and 602. So the 600 is your long action, so it's your 270s, your 3006s, a lot of your 7mm, 7.94s, the 8mm as well. The 601 or 601 is your standard length action, so your 308 Winchesters, your 223s, 243s, and so forth. And then your magnums come in at the 602. Okay, so that's your 338 Winchesters, your 458s, 375 H&H are those ones. This one is pretty much stock. It's not bedded or floated. It's got a Harris bipod on the front. Also have a Leopold VX3 on a bridge mount. It's a 4.5 to 14. And all my rounds that I've got currently loaded are all shooting a 150 grain boat tail Sierra Game King. Those are the projectiles there on the left hand side. And just for comparison, I've put it against a traditional 130 grain, in this case 130 grain Sierra Game King. I literally only have maybe half a dozen of those 150 grains left, at which point I will then probably start reloading these Game Kings. I do have a pack of some Winchester soft points as well, but I've got a few boxes of those Game Kings. So as much as I love shooting the 150 grains, I'm going to dial it back and be shooting 130s out of this, and I've got a 7mm 08 as well, which is in a Remington 700, and I shoot 140 grains with it, and I'll do a video another time. So I'll use that at the heavier end, and it's look, it's a great cartridge. 140 grains is great for culling brumbies and other feral pests. Let me think. So just one other thing. While I'm thinking of it, some of the guys, I remember one of the guys on the RC forums asking one time about using some of his gun cleaning equipment and lubrication equipment, or products I should say, on RCs. I don't do that. I do, however, I use, I don't know how, I use this stuff here, a projector oil. I use it on both my RCs as well as my rifles. Super thin, super viscous. It's a really good oil. I'll see if I can bring that in so you can see it. I've had a few reds tonight, so maybe don't know if it's my eyes or the camera that's not showing that up too well, but anyway, that's what it is. I might move it out of the way. I reload a lot of my own gear, as you can see. Those are the dies that I use. I pretty much only use Hornady New Dimension now. I did have some Lee dies originally, and I think I use some RCBS for my 243, but I'm a big fan of the Hornady New Dimension dies. Really reliable, really smooth. Just make sure you keep them lubricated with something like a silicone sprayer or oil, or I use that Hornady One Shot lube, which seems to work really, really well. The one thing that is a little bit unique about these rifles, I'll just lift the bolt up so you can see. And I might just zoom that in a bit for you. I don't know how well you can see that, but the trigger here, it's a straight trigger, and some people don't like the straight triggers. They do like the curves. But what's a little bit different here is that this is actually set trigger, so you can push this forward, and then it gives you a bit of a hair trigger. So it doesn't take a lot of pressure. Mine's set at around 400 grams. And will let off very, very lightly, as opposed to a standard two-stage trigger. It's a really, really nice feature. I'll see if I can just maybe move this a little bit closer so people can see, and hopefully, I don't know how well that's going to come through. The one of the things with the trigger is that the set piece is very similar to the safety on a Glock for a lot of those guys who shoot pistol, and would be very, very familiar with that. Yeah, sorry, this doesn't seem like it's coming out too well. Maybe if I just needs a little bit of backing. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. That's my ZKK. I don't know if this is going to be particularly interesting to people. Let me know in the comments if what you think. I'll probably do a few more of these from time to time. I'll throw in a few different rifles that I've got, and just different odds and ends. Maybe might even throw something in with a bow at some point. Don't know. But anyway, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up or give me some comments about how I can make this better. Otherwise, guys, God bless and take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.